Early, Jordan Hicks is a guy historically been hard to hit home runs off of with that power sinker. How were you able to get to him there and take the lead?
Just looking for something hard. Obviously, he's got good stuff, but he kind of showed me everything. In that bat before when he walked me, so I kind of saw everything, and was in a hitter's count and was going to be on something hard, and obviously put a good swing on it. So, he's tough.
What do you think about the way that the path of batted ball stuff has gone for you for a long time? How much of almost a relief is this last month that it looks like it's supposed to look, and all of a sudden the balls are going where they're supposed to go?
Obviously, I just want to continue to put good swings on balls, and obviously want to hit the ball hard. That gives you the best chance to get hits, hit home runs, whatever it may be. So, it's obviously nice to have results, but whether I keep lining out or whatever it may be, I'm just going to continue to do that. So
when they sort of reorganized things here over the last little bit with you and Mace at the top of the lineup, how much have you two kind of enjoyed hitting in combination with each other and then being able to spark the offense?
Yeah, we definitely feed off each other. Just watching watching that guy hit in front of me, put good at bats together, and then when he's on base, if he hits a single, it's more than likely a double. So he's going to probably be in scoring position for me. But just feeding off him, and obviously being in the 1-2 hole, you want to get on for the guys like Goldie, Gorman, Nato. So it's been a lot of fun to hit behind him.
Doesn't matter what sport it is, but momentum plays a huge role in success. Do you feel like this momentum's just slowly starting to build for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of us are kind of clicking at this time, and we'll just keep carrying that, and hopefully at least the wins.
How much you admire what Donnie lays down a perfect bunt, and then 2 innings later he goes 422. I think he's got 8 RBIs in the last 8 games. How well is he playing swinging?
Yeah, man. I think he kind of did a little bit what I was doing last year. Hitting the ball hard, and he's it can be frustrating. Obviously I've been there. I think we've all been there, but obviously. That's what he told me after the bunt. He said, I'm hitting the ball hard, so I might as well just need to hit it less hard and get on base. And then, obviously I had a good plan against the guy that he took yards. So, he's a lot of fun to watch, and just happy for him.
They've talked to you a lot about not just putting the ball in play, but only swinging at balls that you can drive. How big of a change has that made for you as far as, being more selective in pitches you can drive?
Yeah, I think obviously I can do a better job of that. Obviously, when I get the mistakes, I want to hammer those. But I still swing a lot, and obviously I'm going to continue to work on it. But that may just be the guy I am. I'm going to be a free swinger, and my slumps are going to look. Hopefully, don't want to talk about them, but they may not be as pretty as some other guys that can draw walks or whatever it may be. But I'm going to go up there to swing. I'm going to go up there to look to do damage, and let the chips fall where they may. But obviously it's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. Does a stretch like this allow you to maybe settle in a little bit more at this level now that you can see that the success is there and all the work is paying off, or do you ever really settle in at this level?
No, you never want to get comfortable for sure. Obviously, it's good to have confidence. I've always had confidence, even though last year you may not been kind of what I wanted it last year to look like, but. Obviously having the results can bring confidence, but, my confidence comes from the preparation that I do. So, whether that's, I'm hitting home runs or I'm lining out, I'll always kind of have that kind of confidence.
Alec, dating back to last season, the coaching staff had always been really confident that you had the tools to play as you've been playing so far this season. And credit to you, you kept up with the same approach, even if the results last year didn't always back it up. What did you learn about yourself as a hitter during that time, and how is it helping you now?
I think for me, they gave me a lot of information last year as far as kind of what they wanted to see in me, and just taking bits and pieces of that and kind of, not fully changing who I am, because obviously, I guess coming up through the minors and just my whole life, I've been, like I said, a swinger. I've been able to, kind of, I swing, and that's what I'm going to do. So, but just being able to kind of tweak that and take a little bit of what they have and put it in my game has been good. But, just knowing that they have confidence in me gives me a lot more confidence too.
Alec, one of the things that Ollie's mentioned about you in the past and continually is about your ability to just offer, to take a pressure like that. Where does that come from for you? And just kind of having that comfort, having that ability to work counts, to spray the ball, to I mean, offer that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know necessarily about working counts. I feel like I'm 0-2 all the time, but yeah, when I'm going good, I can work some counts in, but yeah, obviously that's what you want to do every time, whether you're getting the results or not. You want to be able to go up there, put in a bat together, and do whatever the situation may call for, whether it's move a runner, driving a run, whatever it may be. So I think that's what everybody's trying to do. I think that's because you can't really control what happens after the ball leaves your bat, but you can control, kind of what you do in the box. And I think that's kind of what everybody wants to do. So